Yo, I don't know why that ended. I'm waiting for everybody to catch up here. Let me have Amber let people know. Um, hello. Come on. Hey guys, I'm in here. Okay, can you all hear me? Ruby, I don't know what just happened. My other live disconnected. It like kicked me out. Ooh, got some hair going. And then I just disappeared from everybody. So I'm waiting for everybody to get caught up. Ruby, since you're here, I'm going to tell you a secret, okay? I'm going to tell you a secret, y'all. I haven't taken a shower today. Because I got working and cleaning and I got working I got working on my schoolwork and stuff and so when other people get in here, Ruby, then I'll start and we got a whole bunch on the line. Hey, Boston, Boston, I just saw what you put, and I love you too. Thank you. I appreciate you. Hey, Sandy, I'm so sorry. If my computer goes down again, I'm just gonna click on and do it on my phone. I had like a little slideshow thing for this case, but you know what? At this point, um, I appreciate y'all being, letting me be a little bit raw. I have really been overwhelmed by I've felt I still got I asked Rob how you say it, but the Ilihana, the one that we've really like kind of, gotten to know here because her cousin is here and that she plays softball. Well, my daughter plays softball, but then I was looking up her name and stuff. And thanks, Jackie. Sorry about that. And like I don't know if her parents even know this, but it is known as to be Ileana, the way it's spelled is also a feminine version of Elijah. Sorry, Candy Kisses. Do y'all know what my 9-year-old fourth grade son's name is? Elijah. um, so it's just been kind of like I don't know. And then I thought, why am I so upset about this the last 2 days? But then I've seen people like all over upset, that didn't have kids there too. So I think it's just as a whole in a nation, um, it hit us for sure. Uh, Boston, you would be proud. I just confessed here to the 8 or 10 people that are watching that I have not taken a shower yet today. And I don't know that I will until tonight. This is Parker Raw. But so what I was just saying is just to remember like financially the families coming from out of town and stuff. And it's just so it is Sandy. And I'm in pretty close communication with Rob, and we're gonna, I want to make sure we lift him up because he's going to be with his family tomorrow. I absolutely have not asked to talk to her parents or exactly Ruby or anything. I don't want no, like they need time to grieve. So, hey Punkette, with that being said, I was going to talk about it a little bit today. That's right, Boston. But there's, a lot of speculation out there right now and stuff, and a lot of, some people are angry. And I've been talking over with my mods who are my friends, but I'm just calling 'em, and they kind of like collectively we all agreed that for maybe right now I'm not going to talk about that stuff, about the possibilities, because we don't know. And I want to be sensitive. I think that right now we just need to allow people to grieve, and I don't want to dissect the whys. I don't want to give the shooter the attention right now. Um, I don't want to dig into their life because the grandfather's grief. I don't want to be insensitive. And I think if we start to come and say, well, this is they messed up doing this and they messed up doing this and why didn't they do that and all this stuff, which is all questions, hey Jen, that we all have, and they're legitimate questions, and I think there's a time and a place to ask those questions, but I'm not sure that that's yet, if that makes sense. If that's something you're like, oh no, I want to talk about it today, we can talk about it. But again, I am knowing that Rob tunes into this as well sometimes. I don't know if he is now, but I'm just saying I want to be sensitive to him and her family. So, if that's all right with y'all, I don't want to dissect that piece of this puzzle yet. I kind of just, um, and then I was thinking, well, I'll play clips of the parents, like, because many of them have been on, but then I thought, man, that's been equally as hard. Like, I mean, watching some of these parent clips, it's just, I do have questions. To say I don't have questions of the way things were handled, I absolutely do. But I think until we know more of the story, it's hard to say because I know that like the FBI or whoever it is themselves are searching for a timeline and trying to put timelines together. Hey, Irvin. Oh, Boston. I know. It and there's so many of those. There is one that I want to play, and the reason I want to play this is because this baby girl, whether you believe in God or not, okay, that's okay. You don't have to, but I do, and it's very important. And in this little girl's death, she will have ministered to more people than probably half of us adults in our lifetime. So I'm gonna look that up because it exited out for me. Of course, it did. Um, Yeah, exactly, Sandy. This one's important because I want this little girl's message to be shared today because she was supposed to do this Bible verse in church. And uh holy cow. And it my oh, the Today Show, that's what it was. Okay. Hang with me, people. Talk amongst yourselves. I gotta find it. It was so good. Here we go. Um, hey Lycan. Thanks, Candy Kisses. Right, Sandy, exactly. Yep, exactly. They'll have their time, and we don't want to contribute to anger right now because we know my son Elijah is so smart. Like he, I don't know. My other two are very athletic, but Elijah, my youngest, isn't. And I say that because he tries sports and he's just not found one that he really likes, but he loves music and he wants to be a worship pastor. Like that's his thing. But he will come up with things that he's like learned on his own that he's googled or something. It can be good and bad, but he was talking about like, what did he say the other day? Oh, well, if this ever happened to me, I would go through the 5 stages of grief or something. And he was talking about anger, and I was like, how do you know that? Hey, Tia. And he was like, because I learned it. And I don't want to contribute to anger right now either, because I think if we put assumptions and we put thoughts into heads of people, then like, I don't know. I don't know. Like emotions are raw right now. And so we just want to let people deal with the process. All right. I'm going to play this because this I want played uh for this little girl. You ready? Brace yourselves.
A mother's silent anguish. A young, boisterous family with 5 little girls
Hey,
now
Sherry.
shattered.
Thanks,
I
candy
won't see
kisses.
my daughter again.
Can you tell me about how you got this news?
I was at work. She called me to get to the school. Went to the school and tried to get in the building. The police barricade pushed me back out. So I just stood on the sidelines and watched this whole thing play out.
I can't imagine what it would be like to be standing outside those doors wondering.
As long as they ever. It was the longest day ever.
Stephen Garcia and Jennifer Lugo remembering their little girl Ellie as they try to process her senseless death.
What would you want people to know about your Ellie?
Sweetest,
Hey,
sweetest
Shalma.
girl you've ever had the chance to meet. And I had the honor of calling her my daughter.
Next week, June 4th, would have been Ellie's 10th birthday. She was looking forward to having a pool party to celebrate.
Told her we're gonna have a party. Her face just lit up, and you know, it's, yes, that was the last time I saw her.
Hey guys.
Ellie loved basketball
I
and
just
TikTok
wanna
and the
give you a
colors
little
pink and
catch
purple.
up.
She wanted to be a cheerleader and was already planning her quinceañera 5 years away, even picking out a dress. A little girl who lit up every room and every picture.
She loved to dance. She loved to have fun. She loved ramen noodles, and I mean, she just loved life in general.
Ellie and her older sister, just 1 year apart, inseparable, and she often cared for her little sisters.
The younger ones, they still don't understand their sister's not coming home.
And Ellie was devoted to her grandparents, doting on them, spending most weekends at their side.
It happened.
It's hard to even put into words.
Her grandparents still struggling with the reality of what happened.
Tell her you love them. You're there for 'em. You know, she wanted to come home. But my daughter said, no, you need to stay in school. Try not to miss so much and, get smart. So she stayed. And this is the result that we got.
School's supposed to be safe.
Yeah.
For every child lost, 19 of them, there are stories like this, and parents who will never be the same. 10-year-old Amory Jo Garza was another 4th grader at Robb Elementary.
She was a real good student. She was a very good daughter, friend, very playful, very silly.
Amory loved to draw, do science experiments, and make people laugh. She wanted to be a YouTube star one day.
She was the perfect daughter, yeah. She was a perfect daughter.
When he heard about the shooting, Alfred Garza III raced to the school. While waiting for
Thank
news
you,
about
Brian.
his own daughter, Garza says he tried to comfort the children who did manage to get out.
They were just overwhelmed and just crying. And so as many as I could, hey, do you know your mom, dad's phone number? Let's call them. Let's let them know you're okay. That's what I tried to do to bring some comfort to the kids.
Oh my
let them
gosh,
know that,
Case,
hey,
you've
mom
got
and
to be
dad,
kidding
you're
me.
okay. You're safe. You're here. You're not in any harm.
I'm going to look now, Case.
Just tried to calm them down as best I could. And obviously, I was getting a little overwhelmed myself, but I was trying to keep my cool for the kids.
God bless these
I
parents.
was trying not to think about it. I was just expecting for her to walk through that door at any moment.
You were helping those kids,
Yes.
having no idea how your little girl was.
Yeah. I was waiting for her.
He waited 6 hours with the rest of her family,
Oh my gosh.
praying for a miracle that never came.
Thank you, Case.
It must have been
It was a nightmare.
such a painful scene.
Yeah, it was a nightmare. It still is, but the unknown is where it was hard because we didn't know she was still alive. We didn't know she was, injured. We didn't know she was already, she passed already.
Thank you, Case.
Now,
I'll talk
all
about
he
that.
can do is treasure photos and memories, like this fishing trip that you took.
She's your only daughter.
Only daughter.
Only child.
Only child. Mhm.
It's hard to even wrap your mind around something like that.
This is the last photo he has of his baby girl, posing proudly with her honor roll certificate just hours before the shooting.
I just want to honor her name. I just want her to be remembered as the type of person that she was.
Garza says he is determined to stay strong for her.
I don't want to disappoint my daughter. I want to live and make her happy and keep her memory alive.
Ellie Garcia's mother, Jennifer, is still reeling, too devastated to even speak.
I want you guys
clutching
to
her
listen
last
carefully to
Mother's
this
Day
little
gift
girl,
from her little
what
girl,
she
a
says.
jar Ellie made for her mother's prayers. Her parents say Ellie had a strong faith and was excited
Listen
about
to
reading a
this.
verse at church this coming Sunday.
Jesus, he died for us. So when we die, we'll be up there for him.
She's never gonna be forgotten.
Hmm.
She's a big part of our family. Always has been, always will be.
Ellie's family shared the Bible verse she was going to read this weekend. It's Deuteronomy 6:18. Do what is right and good in the Lord's sight, so all will go well with you. A beautiful little girl. There are so many beautiful little children who lost their lives in this tight-knit community. I was just so struck by their courage in speaking. It's not easy to do so, and it's not for everyone. But they want the world to know that these were children who mattered and children who lived. And it's just really important that we tell these stories. And as for Ellie's quinceañera, she had already picked out her dress. You know, it's 5 years away. It's for a 15-year-old girl. And her dad told me, we're going to buy that dress and we're going to hang it in her room. She will always be with us.
Oh,
That was
Wow.
powerful, Savannah.
that was really, really
And
beautiful.
we're so thankful that
Yeah.
those family members decided to share those stories because
And-
those stories are
That little girl had more ministry right there than most people have in their lifetime. This is case just came in with news and it was just announced 29 minutes ago. Oh my gosh. Sorry, y'all. This is just, I've not, I know, Brian. Brian, I also want to thank you a lot because you came back in here really respectful and didn't bring up the gun thing and stuff. And I just really wanted to thank you for coming back in and just kind of respecting where we're at as far as not wanting to talk about that part right now. I know it has to be addressed, but right now we're not going to. And I appreciate you coming in like that. So the husband of one of the teachers who was shot and killed at Robb Elementary School while trying to protect her students has also died. Irma Garcia's husband, Joe, passed away due to grief, a nephew said. The couple had been married 24 years and have 4 children. She has a son in the Marine boot camp right now and another son attending Texas State University. Her eldest daughter, Liliana, is a sophomore in high school, and the youngest, Alessandra, is in 7th grade this year. No worries, Brian, I understand. I know, Rhodey Gale, and I want to too, but this is it's hard. Like even as a Christian, you know, I've had many of God, are you got to be kidding me moments over the past few days. And then I just, you know, remember this isn't his will, but that family. Let's read what Mrs. Garcia, the teacher, wrote on her about the teacher so we can get a better understanding who she is. Wait, what happened? Oh, Boston, I thought you were saying, what did Case say? Am I going to have to like kick her out? I know, Tia, you know, what do you can't even, here's what she says on her about section of the school website. And Brian, absolutely no, like I get it. I get it. Hello, boys and girls. Let me introduce yourself. I am Mrs. Garcia, and I will be one of your 4th grade teachers this year. I am so excited to begin this new school year already. I want to share some fun facts about myself. This will be the beginning of my 23rd year of teaching, all of which have been here at Robb Elementary. I have been a co-teacher for 5 years now with Miss Morellis, who I believe was killed herself. I have to confirm that. My husband's name is Joe Garza. We have been married for 24 years and have 4 children. I love to barbecue with my husband, listen to music, and take country cruises to Conkin. I have my eldest Christian son completing Marine boot camp and another son, Jose, attending Texas State University. My eldest daughter, Liliana, will be a sophomore in high school, and my youngest, Alessandro, will be a 7th grader this year. So that is an entire family that just lost both parents in 48 hours. I've actually heard before that it is possible to die of grief, like to get heart problems from it. And like, I legitimately thought I've heard before of like broken heart syndrome or something. I know, Brian, and I wasn't even going to talk about this today, and we'll get to what I was going to talk about, but I can't. It's just hearing that news right now. I told y'all, like, watching my son. I can't wait till he comes home today. And the parents that, like, they were even in their class before that. They were at an award ceremony for the end of the year. So you just think, like, it's just a matter of minutes when they wouldn't have been in the class. Or, I mean, think of like what the mother has to live with for the rest of her life. Because I do that to my kids too. You know, you're at school and you don't want them to miss the last days of fun. Hey Lori, and you want them to stay like and enjoy the fun, even though they want to go home. So you're like, oh, stay, and then like, yeah. Let me see if there's anything else about. Oh my gosh, Ray Liotta died too. That's awful. I will say, y'all, teachers, when they take on the good teachers, and I would say a majority of them are good teachers, they take on a role for these kids that I know that the teachers in the next room, oh man, that's hard. Now, I know, Brian, right? Every time I get on here, I say I'm not going to talk about it, and then I'm not going to cry, and then I do. And I'm trying not to be a blubbering idiot in front of my kids, right? Because I don't want to instill more fear in them than they probably already have. Um, but I also want them to know like safety, and I want to know my school. Um, One thing I want to do, hey, rebellious. I know, Sandy, but my aunt is helping me through that. That like this wasn't his original plan. We'll talk about that, Sandy. But yeah, this what yeah. Um, but I want to talk to our school district about okay, what is our plan of attack should this happen? Because I know there's no good plan of attack. But Rob, if you're in here, please tell me because I want to stop talking about this. Um, I think that like it's hard for me to tell the kid like they're supposed to go under desks and stuff. But then I feel like what does that do? But at the same time, I know 4 kids in the other class were saved by getting under a desk. Um, and it's just hard. And my kids wanted to know why they couldn't jump out the window and things like that. And I'm like, I don't I don't know why you can't jump out of the way, because I don't know. I don't know. So I think like for me, I want to make sure our school district has something in place. But I will say that Rebellious Rose, oh yeah, hold on a second, y'all. I forgot to put my oh no, I just clicked off everybody. Um so Rebellious Rose, you were in here. The teacher, Mrs. Garcia, Her husband died today. The teacher who was killed in there, one of them, died today of basically a heart attack, broken heart syndrome, basically, of grief. I'm not even kidding you right now. And they leave behind 4 kids, one of just going into 7th grade. Right. Shut the F up, Donnie. I always feel like I'm yelling at you when I say that. So my point was that I know, rebellious. No child should bury both parents, especially not at that age. Um, okay. Sorry, guys. Anyways, teachers have a extremely difficult job, and I thoroughly believe the good teachers. Yeah, in popular opinion, neighbors and stuff say the grandfather and grandma were amazing, are amazing people. And where, Rena? Anybody find me the Rena? Hold on. Oh, I see Rena. I think. Coming, guys.
The suspect. But you also had a Savannah County deputy and Uvalde Police Department that made entry and killed the suspect. Immediately, numerous officers. Now it turns into a rescue operation. How do we save these children?
Absolutely, Tia.
How do we save these children? Some made it out. We don't have a hard number yet, but that was a goal. And then continuing, making the area safe, continue. A lot of moving parts.
No, Rena, I'm glad you did. Thank you.
But during
And
We're
Rena,
taking
I'm
gunfire.
assuming you heard about
negotiations
the teacher's husband.
and developing a team to make entry to stop them. I'll take a few questions. And again, look, a summary. One more thing I forgot to mention that I want to clear up that came out early on. It was reported that a school district police officer confronted the suspect that was making entry. Not accurate. He walked in unobstructed initially. So from
Okay,
the
how?
grandmother's house to the bar ditch to the school, into the school, he was not confronted by anybody. To clear the record on that. 4 minutes later,
Hey, Molly.
law enforcement are coming in to solve this problem. Step by. So, just want to clear that up. That's very important. And again, this will happen as we move forward. So, thank you. I'll take a few questions.
But you got to answer how he got into school. I'm sorry.
So right now,
Oh, Brian, I'm sorry to hear about that. We'll pray for
It
you.
appears it was unlocked. So we're going to look at that and try to corroborate that as best as we can.
Oh,
I do.
it was unlocked. He
Please,
just said to
one at
you.
a time, and we'll address as many questions as we can. So let me finish this question.
One at a time. Announce your name. Announce your network. Okay. Be respectful, please.
So Josh, thank you.
No,
for the
that
question.
was,
so right now it appears it was unlocked. Like I
misinformation.
said, it goes back to the
Lori.
investigation. It takes time. We will find out as much as we can why it was unlocked, or maybe it was locked. But right now it appears it was unlocked. So thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, sir.
One lock, y'all. One lock could have could, you know what? Let's not even go there. One lock. Why?
So during that time, right now, according to the information we have, the majority of the gunfire was in the beginning. In the beginning, I say numerous, more than 25. I mean, it was a lot of gunfire in the beginning. During
Hey, Boots Mama.
the negotiations,
Sandy, you're
there
right.
wasn't
Something
much
just hit my
gunfire,
mind.
other
Something
than
just hit
trying to
my
keep
mind,
the
guys.
officers at bay.
After this,
That could change.
Rena,
depending
don't
as
let me
once we
forget.
analyze the video. But
Talk about the
right
unlock. I
now,
have a
according to the
thought.
information, he did not respond.
It would make sense, and it would. You can't fault anybody.
So at this time, no, there was not an officer readily available, armed. No, nothing. I can't answer that yet. I'll circle back with you again. As we do that investigation, we have all these questions we want to answer. So, but I'll get back with you, sir. Yeah.
God bless these people with those taking this press conference.
So you got to understand, 11:30 is the information we have at this point, and we can confirm. 11:30 a.m. The PD gets we got a crash and a man with a gun. And then you have responding officers. That's what it is.
They
It's
believe
12
it was
minutes
unlocked, Boots. They're
from
still in that
11:30
process of investigating, but
to
I have a thought
11:40.
on that.
That's the information we have right now. Look, at the end of the day, our job is to report the facts and have those
Amen.
answers. We're not there yet.
Well
Over
said,
here, over here.
officer. Well said. Love
Say
it.
again?
Love it, Lori.
So right now, the first 911 calls at 11:30. I will get the time what it took to respond. So we'll have that answer. Yes. Could. There's a lot of possibilities. There's a lot of possibilities. Until we receive an interview, because there was
No one knows
numerous
yet,
officers
Boots. I have a theory.
at that classroom, numerous. Once we interview all those officers, what they were thinking, what they did, why they did it, the video, the residual interviews, we'll have a better idea. Could anybody have got there sooner? You got to understand, small town. Yeah, people from Eagle Pass, from Del Rio, Laredo, San Antonio responding to a small community. That's a tough question. Again, it goes back. Our job is to report the facts. And later we can answer those questions. I don't have enough information to answer that question just yet. So, one more question, please.
Is it accurate that eyewitnesses and potentially parents of the students were urging the police to go in while you were waiting for a tactical SWAT team, even that some parents were asking to borrow police armor so they could make a counter assault on the school?
I have heard that information, but we have not verified that yet. So,
What part haven't you verified?
we have not verified is that a true statement or not.
Hey,
Or is it
Gladys.
just rumor out there? So you got to understand, we're getting a lot of information we're trying to track down and see what is true. We want to vet it. That's all I have for you. Thank you so
Oh, wow,
much.
Rena, that's awesome.
Hold on.
So look, we appreciate the questions.
What were the officers doing between 11:44 and 12:45?
I got you. Yes, sir.
You guys have said that he's barricaded. Can you explain to us how he's barricaded and why you guys stopped him?
So I have taken all your questions into consideration. We will be doing updates. To answer those questions. What is your name? Shimon. I hear you.
Because we've been given a lot of bad information, so why don't you clear all of this up now and explain to us how it is that your officers were in there for an hour, yes, rescuing people, but yet no one was able to get inside that room.
Shimon, we will circle back with you. We want to answer all your questions. We want to give you the why. That's our job. So give us time. I'm taking all your questions. I'm taking them back to talk to the team. And
How the door was barricaded.
Look, thank you for being here. We'll talk soon. We'll talk soon.
Thank you. Thank you.
En español. En español. ¿Puedes decir algo en español, por favor? No podía decir nada de video. Director, ¿puede decir algo en español, por favor?
You guys can grab your mics.
Completely unmute because my kids came home.
Why do you have to be on the live every time we come home?
Because I don't like you guys and I don't want you to be. I don't want to see you. Just kidding. Because I do it too.
Huh?
I use your block.
Yeah. And every time we get home, will you be on live tomorrow?
I don't know. 1 second. Let me talk to my daughter. She's mad because I had to be quiet. So, anyways, she doesn't like being quiet. She's fine.
At all.
Yeah. So what I am wondering is if and again, this is speculation, so we don't know much now. I'm wondering if, can you all hear now? Just put a 1 if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Okay. All right. There we are. We're back. We know that there was the awards ceremony there just minutes before that the majority of the parents were at. I'm wondering if maybe some parents used that door, and then in the hustle and bustle of things, I mean, how many of us have been at an award ceremony before where like the chaos of it, your kids are everywhere, parents are everywhere. I'm wondering if it got unlocked in that process. Now, I don't know why nobody locked it. I don't know if that's even what happened, but 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 I'm wondering if that happened. And then you've got to look at, because he planned, right? We know that. So I mean, based on what he was wearing and based on the text messages he sent, so then you've got to wonder, okay, did he know about the awards ceremony? Was he waiting for it to end so that he could enter? So that's, yeah, exactly, Rena, because if not, they'd have to stand there the whole time, especially with a small school, because my kid's elementary school is about the size that theirs is. And you don't have the manpower really to have somebody sitting there letting parents in nonstop. So, you leave it open so parents can get in. You leave one door open or whatever, and then, hope the parents go out the right door, but some might go out a different door. And they might not, teachers or staff might not have even known that parents went out a certain door. And if they don't know, they can't come around and unlock it. So I would, that seems to be really plausible to me. And again, that's just me talking out my rear. But I think the question is fair. Then, did he know? Yes, Rena, that is also, I wonder. But then did he know? I mean, I know at our school we have like one of those front signs out there that like display what events are going on, like they're electronic and stuff. So I mean, anybody would have known if they had one of those that like fourth grade awards ceremony, such and such time or something. It's just like, I don't know. Kathy Joe did tell me that there was 10 minutes between his grandma being shot and the first shot at the school. So Not that I know of, Jackie. Not that I know of. And I know everyone, so there's one thing I want to say. Everyone is saying, like, well, he was bullied and stuff. And I'm not saying he wasn't bullied because I do believe they said that he, was made fun of. But he also, from what multiple people have said, did a lot of the bullying as well. He did a lot of bullying and he wasn't very kind to people. He fought a lot. So I'm not going with that excuse this time. Like, I don't know. You know what you asked parents to. Yeah, yeah, Rena. I just know how, yeah, I mean, I just know how crazy end of the year is. And you just not, I mean, you don't, like that one dad said, you never think it's going to happen where you are, small town, USA. You never think it's going to happen until it does. So yeah, LFT, that's the other thing. He never went to school. When I was surprised and relieved to see the last CDs. Yeah, naughty Audie. Right, Jackie. I mean, a lot of kids are bullied and they use it to turn it. Shalma, we're not sure yet, and they use it to turn their life around. And you're right, LFT. I forgot that. I forgot that he never went. Yeah, that's right. And they said he was always wanting to fight and stuff. So I mean, right? But in hindsight, I believe police are doing their job and figuring out how things transpired. I'm glad they did put the rumor to rest that there was no law enforcement there because people were trying to figure out, was he not like was they were like, was he in his car? Why was, why did he shoot back? Well, they confirmed basically that at this point they have no evidence that there was an officer standing there at all. So, um yeah, exactly. Right, Boots Mama. So I'm not gonna go with that whole. Right, Lori, right. And I just, yeah. But I mean, I know the chaos of end of school. We all do. We all do. So, um, and the police, I'm just trusting that, right, they'll figure that all out, why they did what they did. We don't know why they did what they did or why he was in there for 40 minutes, And like I said, I don't want to get too far into that right now because there's already enough anger over it. And also volunteer with a band at the high school here. I know which doors are usually unlocked. Oh, Gen 8. And you guys have to remember, he only lived a mile down the road. I mean, like, hold on, let me see if Kathy Joe's put anything else. Y'all, she's the one that made that video of the victims. That was really great. So it was around 10 minutes between the 911 call for his grandma and the first shot. So it's not a lot of time. Because he didn't have his license and he crashed into a ditch, which is kind of weird because even if you don't have your license by 18, I mean, I would think at least, I mean, I would send, even though he won't, I sometimes will ask my kid to pull it in, my 14-year-old to pull it in, or 13-year-old, almost 14, pull the car in the driveway from the road, which is literally, he doesn't even go on the road. He just, Lori, hold on, let me see if I can get one really quick. Let me look it up. Didn't his I haven't been able to confirm that yet, Sandy. I'm still trying to look into that. Lori, let me see if I can find that. But you can at least steer when you're 18, like even if you don't have your license. One second. Sorry for the noise. Whoa, 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 wait, what? Oh. Hmm. Not seeing one. Let me see if Kathy Joe can find one. She's usually good at finding this stuff. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. I will have to see if I can find it. That's true. Yeah, Gladys, my cousin was the same. He didn't get his license till around then either. His grandmother's good. Yeah, Lori, that's what I heard. From my understanding too, he did have a father and a mother, but they couldn't really control him, I guess. Let me just look on my phone really quick. Let's see. How live Hmm. Interesting. Surprised they don't have a map. Well, yeah, all I know is that it was a mile. Mom couldn't control him. Neighbor said he was angry all the time. Right. I remember did seeing that he likes to fight, like he found joy in fighting. 19-year-old had his license and I'm trying my best to keep him off the road. Oh gosh, Rena, I can imagine why you have anxiety. Has anybody heard how the grandmother is? Yeah, I know. Uvalde police officers responded within minutes. Okay. I mean, I think she's doing all right. I mean, she's in critical condition, but I know my 14-year-old, he wants a car for his birthday. No, so he can rebuild it. Um, yeah, sure. Email it to me, LFT, and I'll put together a map because I want to see something. There was some people saying that he purchased the weapon illegally, and that's actually not the case. I mean, yeah. I'm just trying to make sure I didn't miss anything. We also need to pray for, the parents of Sandy Hook because I have, seen a lot of videos and articles of, all those emotions it's bringing up for the parents that walked this road years ago in Connecticut. That's what I thought, Lori. And he had about like 375 rounds of ammunition and stuff. It's just crazy. Yeah, it's just, anytime this happens, I'm sure it brings up emotion for people who have lived this, but especially Sandy Hook and Park. Yep. Oh, Parkland was that was a high school, correct? Yes. Okay. Good. And I mean, I do understand why they can't have okay, I disagree with this. One of a politician saying it that he blames the unlocked back door on what happened. Like that may be it, but I don't know about y'all. I want to see more compassion out of politicians right now and less about making it like what their agenda is, if that makes sense. Like I want we need to address it. Yeah, I did, Boots Mama, but I also want to. I think they need to be more sensitive right now than they are. I think I heard they don't know where he got it. Oh, okay. I wonder if that's possible, Sandy. And it's hard to tell. Did he have this planned before the Buffalo thing, or I don't know. Bye, Brian. Yeah, that's what I thought, Boots Mama. But well, I'm not gonna get to. I don't know if I probably won't get to the case today, but we will get to it tomorrow. Tomorrow we are gonna talk about Sky Elijah. I don't know how to say his last name. Metawala, uh, who was a little boy that his mom claims that she she was taken to the hospital and they ran out of gas and she went to get gas, and when she came back he was gone. However, they believe that she got that story off Law and Order that aired the night before. And but when I've dug a little deeper into this case, it's absolutely crazy happening. So I think now is a good time. No, it's a good time to get angry, Ruby, for sure. I just want to I just wish that they would just let the funerals happen first. I mean, something, obviously there needs to be something done, but oh, Molly, I know it's a crazy case. It's a very sad case, and the twists and turns of it are just nuts. Oh, yes, absolutely. Yep, because it's a Sky Elijah Met. It's a nuts case. A very sad case. And it's another situation where they pretty much know that mom knows where he is, but she of course is not talking. So I'd love for you guys to look into that, because it's get one we're gonna dig into here. Hey, Michelle K. Um, it's pretty wild. They were both from immigrants, one from Pakistan, one from Ukraine, which is weird because that's Ukraine, the war, but it's really crazy. There's a couple theories that maybe her father took him back overseas, or it's just nuts. Oh, Molly, take your time. Take your time, whenever. But yeah, it's a pretty great case. Not a great case. I mean, no case, but yeah, it's sad, and it's not one I had heard of before now, and he should be 12 right now. And most of the evidence points that he was never in the car. The only person that has said that he was in the car. Here's my email. That's for yeah, hold on. Here's the email. Wait. The only person that was in the car that says he was in the car was his 4-year-old sister at the time. So oh, I know, Nana. I bet. I bet. It's tough. Anybody who is just coming in, if you haven't heard already, that the husband of the teacher that was killed died of a heart attack this morning. They are saying it was due to grief. He was 46, from my understanding, and they leave behind 4 children. One is in Marine boot camp, one is in college, one is going to be a sophomore, and one is going to be 7th grade. It's just terrible. But all right, y'all. Well, I'm gonna get working here and do some things, and then we will dig in that tomorrow, unless something, drastic or breaking happens here today. All right. Hope you all have a good day. Exactly, Michelle. Bye.